We have a reality check for those looking to buy a new home. A new report finds owning a home is now 40% more expensive than renting one. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze is here now to break this all down. Elizabeth, we're going to need those lottery tickets if we want to, or lottery winnings, right, if we want to buy. Normally, you hear all this stuff about how it's better to buy than rent. What is this report telling you?
This report does show that right now, if you want to buy instead of renting, it's going to cost you a lot more money. So this is an analysis from CBRE. It's a firm that tracks real estate prices. And what it shows, when you look at the monthly cost right now, just on a monthly basis, a new apartment lease is going to cost you about $2,100. A new home mortgage is going to be about $3,000 a month. So in other words, that's 38% more expensive to buy than to rent at this point in time. And what this report also shows is that over the next 5 years, it's going to stay that way. So it's still going to be more expensive to pay those mortgages than it is going to be to pay those leases. And what they say is a big reason for this is that there are just not enough homes for sale. The fact is that a lot of people want to buy, but prices are high, and there aren't enough homes out there that's kept prices high. 4 million home shortage is what this says. And really that ultimately makes it really difficult for a lot of people to get into the market. But I should say, this question of rent versus buy, so many factors go into that, right? It's not just looking at the monthly payment. You got to remember, when you're buying, you are building up that equity. You want to think about how long you're going to be staying in that property. So if you're there for a longer time, generally it does pay off more to be owning. And then you got to look at kind of where you're living too. This really makes a difference based on which city you're in and what the market looks like there.
Now, despite the prices right now, you say new data on existing home sales, so they were way up in February. How does that work?
They were up 9.5% in February, and that is a huge number. Typically, we're talking about the spring housing market. The busiest months are April through June, but what we're seeing is that market's coming early this year. People want to buy homes still. And the good news for people who want to buy homes is that there are now getting to be more homes on the market. And I've been talking to realtors and economists who say one of the reasons for that is that people who've been holding out, who bought early and locked in a really low mortgage rate, they've been saying, we don't want to move. I'm never going to move. That's such a good deal. But the fact is, there are things that happen in your life where you have to move. Maybe you need to downsize. Maybe you need to get a bigger house. Maybe you need a different school district. So at some point, a lot of households are kind of in this position where they have to bite the bullet. They're accepting that rates are a little bit higher now, and they're saying, okay, if I'm going to sell, now's the time to do it. So that's good if you're in the market, you're trying to buy. There are more options out there. It is still incredibly competitive, though, Diane. We're looking at this data, and a third of the homes that sold last month were from all cash. And that just shows how hard it is if you are a first-time buyer trying to get in.
Now, mortgage rates are also trending upward again. So how's that factoring into all of this?
A big factor. And that, when you're looking at that cost difference between paying your rent and paying a mortgage rates are a big reason for that. So one of the things that right now, we're back towards about 7% on a mortgage. If you're looking at a $400,000 mortgage, that's close to the median home price right now. It's really important to try to negotiate that rate down as much as you can. So the difference between 7 and 6.5% can save you about $133 a month. And the best way to try to do that is to shop around, do your homework, go to your lender and say, okay, here's what you're offering me, but I found a better deal somewhere else. Play that game a little bit. In this higher interest rate environment, and it is looking like we're going to be hovering about that 6% level, at least for a little bit, the best thing you can do is to try to shop around and get your rate as low as you can. And remember, you can always refinance down the line, too.
All right, good to know. Elizabeth Schulze, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.